Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ms. Conabear, the Lorain High School principal, and I want to welcome you all this evening to the 3rd annual Lorain High School Academic Banquet. And tonight we are recognizing our top academic scholars. We select the top 10 freshmen, the top 20 sophomores, top 30 juniors, and top 40 seniors. And this recognition is solely based on your grade point average. And furthermore, what's outstanding about this recognition is the fact that it goes on a weighted GPA. So students here this evening are taking the PSEO courses, the honors courses. So we are really privileged to have you here this evening, and we are extremely proud of your accomplishments. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the color guard of Lorain High School.
Everybody please stand.
Color guard, ho! Left, hey! Freeze, hey, ho!
You may be seated. Thank you. The Lorain High School Academic Banquet always is scheduled for the first Tuesday in May, which also falls on National Teacher Appreciation Week. And today is actually National Teacher Day. I'd like to thank the Lorain High School staff that have taken time to be here tonight. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Mr. John Akesy, Mr. Greg Antis, Mr. Joe Bach, it's on the camera, Mr. Adam Brzezowski, Mr. Steve Cawthon, Mr. Rick Demachia, Ms. Trina Felinsky, Mr. Tim Jama, Ms. Jolyn Jekyll, Ms. Jamie Little, Mr. David Newman, Mr. Sam Obici, or First Sergeant Obici, Ms. Helen Pagan, Mrs. Sandy Wolf, Mrs. Joan Yarsa, Mr. Gil Perez, and Mr. Matt Killian. Please stand and be recognized as the Lorain High School staff. Thank you for being here this evening. I'd also like to acknowledge here with us this evening Superintendent Mr. Tucker and his wife Diane. Thank you for joining us. Board of Education member Mr. Bill Sturgill. And Dr. David Hall is also with us here this evening. Thank you, Dr. Hall, for being here as well. And we are very happy to welcome the Honorable Chase Rittenauer, Mayor of Lorain. Mayor Rittenauer has a master's degree from the University of Akron and a bachelor's degree from Heidelberg College and an associate's degree from the Lorain County Community College. Mayor Rittenauer has been involved in politics for much of his young life. He is the grandson of former four-term Lorain County Commissioner Fred Rittenauer and the youngest person in Ohio ever sworn in as a Democratic State Central Committee member in 2006. Prior to becoming the 50th mayor of Lorain in 2012, he served as the Director of Public Safety and Service for the City of North Olmsted. At this time, please welcome Mayor Rittenauer.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Ms. Conabear, for the kind welcome. And it's really an honor to be here with all of you this evening. When asked to speak at this event, it was something that I wasn't going to pass up. It's a busy life in being a mayor. A lot of requests to come before groups, but this is truly a special group. I've got a really special place in my heart for the Lorain City Schools. Superintendent Tucker serving on the Superintendent Search Committee, and it's just great to be here tonight. When looking at all of you as high achievers and seeing the impressive list that was in the program booklet, and knowing what I'd be coming into, I really tried to give a lot of thought about, well, what to talk about tonight. You all are obviously very well achieved. You are very motivated, obviously, to be sitting in this room. What is it possibly that I could offer or impart upon you? And what I decided was that, as I've grown up in my life, there have been many people who have been influential with regard to my upbringing and, my opportunities presented to me. And I sort of wanted to give some of the rules of the road, I guess, that I found to be very helpful. Whether you're a senior going to college, whether you're a freshman, in the middle of your first year, end of your first year really, embarking upon your journey in high school, things to keep in mind as you're moving forward in your lives and in your careers, I thought would be the best thing that I could add to this event, because certainly the impressive nature of all of you in this room is certainly something that isn't lost on me. So I guess the first thing is that in life, and you've probably heard this if you've played sports, it's about fundamentals. And when you break that down, I had an uncle who I'd laugh at because he'd always say it's fun-da-mental. And when backing that up, it makes a lot of sense. Anything you're doing in your life, you should be having fun. Yeah, school, homework, that's not always fun, but think of what you're doing it to go toward. You should be enjoying what you're doing. The duh is, well, duh. You should be having fun. Whatever you want to do in your life, whatever your goals are, it should be something that you want to do and somewhere where you want to be and want to aspire to be. And that last part, mental. So much of it is mental. Whether you want to become a mayor, whether you want to become a doctor, whether you want to become a teacher, whether you want to become a welder, whether you want to become a nurse, whatever you want to be, there's a mental part of whatever you're doing, whatever you're studying to do, wherever you want to go in life, there's that mental part. And I'm going to get into a little bit of that. And I put together a few things, take them for what they're worth. Hopefully you remember some of them, and you remember, when you're graduating with your PhD or you're running for governor or whatever you're doing, that mayor who is young but starting to look older and older after being mayor for a term, he made some good points up there. So just for whatever it's worth, here are some of the rules of the road that I found to be particularly helpful during my journey to where I'm at right now. The first one was, when I graduated Heidelberg, my commencement speaker was the late Ed McMahon. Star Trek, Johnny Carson, the late Ed McMahon. And the one thing that he said that has stuck with me throughout my life has been attainable goals. Focus on attainable goals, things that you can accomplish step by step. We all want to look at the big dreams and the big vision and where we want to be in 20 or 30 years, but in your minds, whether you're a freshman or you're a sophomore or you're a junior or a senior, be thinking that next year, those next 2 years, what you want to achieve the next year, perhaps with regard to a civic group that you're part of, perhaps with regard to, what grades you want to get in that math class. Be thinking of attainable, small steps, those types of goals. The other one you may have heard, and it's real simple. It's don't be stupid. Do the right thing. We all know deep down what the right thing is to do in life. We know it in our gut what the right thing to do is, and we know in our gut when we're probably not doing the right thing. Don't be stupid, though. Don't make decisions today that could impact you for years to come. And it has the ability to do that. It might sound funny coming from me, but all of you are in a different generation than me. Sure, the internet and cell phones and social media was coming about, but today, Facebook is more prevalent. Twitter is more prevalent. You've got smartphones and audio recording devices and all these things. Don't do things that are stupid that could hurt you in the long run. Employers and schools and people who you're trying to get their affirmation with regard to where you want to go in life, they're looking at all of that. So take that step back and think, what am I doing? Is it consistent with where I want to go in life? Because the decisions you make today will certainly impact where you're going to go tomorrow. The other one, be true. Be true to yourself. Be true to what you believe, your core values. When you go to college or as you get older, you're going to have peer pressures. Lord knows, in my position, I've got pressures from I can't tell you the number of groups. But at the end of the day, the decision that I make in my mind and in my gut and in my heart is the best decision that I can make for the city of Lorain, no matter if it's one that's very popular or one that sometimes is not so popular. You have to be true to who you are, know what you stand for, and don't feel that you ever have to compromise or waver on your principles no matter what anybody tells you. Be true to who you know you are. Another one that I think is very important, particularly in our era of people always fighting, combating. You pick up the newspaper, you turn on the television, everybody in Washington's fighting everybody else. People just can't seem to get along. In your lives, try to be that consensus builder. Try to be somebody who can work with others and get along with others. And a lot of this might seem like a kindergarten lesson. Well, you're told to share your toys in kindergarten and in first grade. Let me tell you something. The older people get, they seem to forget that more and more. And to be that person, whether you're going to college or you're starting a seasonal job or as you graduate school, try to be that person that looks at what the problem is, tries to figure out all of the angles and all the people involved, and tries to come to some common ground to get some type of progress or something done. It's very difficult to do, and in many cases, sometimes it can't happen. But try to be that person that tries to build consensus. The ability to get along with others is one trait that will do you very, very well as you move forward in your academics and in your careers. I'd also say my fifth point is very simple too. It's hard work. A lyrical poet that I tend to listen to quite often shared the lyric of, when it comes to luck, you make your own. And certainly some people, you look around, your peers, they might appear luckier. Well, they got this job and I didn't. I applied here and they got it and I didn't. Well, you make your own luck, in my opinion, through hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. And all of you, I'm preaching to the choir. You're here because you know that. But I'm here to tell you that you need to work harder and harder and harder. Work toward what you want and don't let up. The idea of luck, the idea of circumstance or coincidence, certainly all those things are out there in our world. But hard work opens those things up for you. You make your own luck by working hard. The other thing is balance. Talked somewhat about hard work, about knowing where you want to go, having attainable goals. Life is about balance. You have to have balance when you're certainly working hard in your academics or your job, but having friends, having family, having that net there to support you. And I see so many families out here with students, and it's great to see because it's so necessary. The path is not always easy. It can get kind of lonely. It can become very difficult. Having that balance in your life is very important. Have hobbies. Have things that get you away, that keep your mind sharp. The worst thing is to overwork yourself to the point where you're not sharp and you're not making an impact. be sure to have balance in your life. Have friends, have things that you do outside of your job or outside of your studies that keep your mind sharp and keep you moving. And my final point, more so long term, is I had an uncle, great uncle, Larry, who passed away. It was in April of last year. He actually was one of the designers of some of the roller coasters at Cedar Point. He's an engineer and somebody who was just very cerebral, very, very astute, and really looked at things. He had a lot of balance in his life. He looked at things holistically. And one of the things he said that I know it might sound silly with how old all of you are in this room getting awards tonight, but think about your life in decades. Think about where you want to be in decades. Certainly when you're 1 or 2 years old up to the age of 10, okay, you're being a kid, you're playing, you're doing whatever. 10 to 20, you're in high school. You're crafting your path. You're getting ready. You're going to college. 20 to 30, you're in the workforce. You're building a career. You're working toward what you want out of life. 30 to 40, it becomes different. It segues into family for many of you. 40 to 50 is different. And I'm a 28-year-old up here talking about this. But think about where you want to be, because we have such little time, but we have so much that we can offer, and all of you have so much that you can offer. It's always important to think about where you want to be, where you want to go, set those attainable goals, and get there. And the community is so much better for all of your efforts in this room tonight. And once again, very honored to be here, and hopefully some of this wisdom, it stuck with me all these years. Hopefully some of it can be passed along to you in your journeys, and once you go to school or go do what you want to do, we want you back here making a lasting impact for a better Lorain. So thank you very much for the opportunity to address you, and good luck to all of you in your endeavors. Thank you.
And before we begin dinner, I'd like to have some thank yous to, first of all, Mr. Joe Bach, who's on the camera. Thank you, Mr. Bach. And for the other people that helped put this event together, Miss Jean Esposito, Miss Trina Felinsky, Miss Andrea Corganis and her students, Mr. Tim Jama, Miss Jolyn Jekyll, Miss Jamie Little, First Sergeant Obici and the ROTC cadets, Miss Helen Pagan, Mr. Dino Pappas, Mayor Chase Rittenauer, Miss Diane Quinn, Miss Joan Yarsa, and the Lorain Party Center, Dennis Schuster and his staff. Thank you so much for hosting us this evening. And Mr. Schuster's staff will dismiss you by table. We will have dinner, and then we will do our presentation of awards. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the presentation of awards, and I'd like to introduce Mrs. Joan Yarsa and Mrs. Jamie Little.
Hello everybody, welcome. Thanks for coming and congratulations to all our award winners. My name is Joan Yarsa. This is Jamie Little. When we call up, we're going to call up in groups. First year awards for freshmen, and then for sophomores, first year awards, second year awards. And with each group, if we could just wait until, hold the applause until the end of the group, and then come over here as a group, and then Mr. Bach's going to take a group picture. Okay? So for the freshman, sophomore, and junior awards, Mrs. Little's going to read the names.
Okay, for the freshman class, Brandon Bartlome, Xiomira Bustos, Dylan Gargas, Glory Jean Jerfy, Micah Johnson, Emma Lutz, Haley McCall, Erica Nickerson. Jasmine Rivera. Bailey Sand. Samantha Silva. Okay, congratulations, freshmen. Okay, sophomores, first year award, Kira Benner. Dontavian Brown. Jillian Kupek. Stacy Lattis. Lori Mills. Taylor Now. Armando Quintero. Caleb Reynolds. Genesis Rivera. Sherry Rivera. Rayshawn Smith. Jaylene Vasquez. Eddie Williamson. Okay, so congratulations, first year sophomores. Okay, sophomore second year awards. Malik Anderson. Simone Brown. Gretchen Conabear. Dylan Cook. Kiana Holling. Tevin Lucky. Rodolfo Perez. Jada Robinson. And David Takerzik. Okay, congratulations, second year sophomores. Okay, junior first year awards. Kiara Aponte. Allison Hall. Holly Beth Hasledge. Adrian Henry. Madison Rebar. Michael J. Bush. Angelica Horace. Diana Maldonado Aquino, Bianca Otero, Itza Perez, Alexander Woolidge, and Deja Worthy. Okay, congratulations, first-year juniors. Juniors second year award, Tajay Anderson. Ashley Brzezowski. Mallory Carver. Victoria Chapman. Brian Gargas. Gail Harmon. Casey Cow. Michael Ringler. Laura Santana. Kayla Spears. Nydia Torres. And Olivia Williams. Okay, congratulations, second-year juniors. Okay, junior third-year awards, Mason Colon, Tanija Fairley, Chelsea Greenfield, Eric Hall, Hyatt Hernan, Jasmine Otero, Emmanuel Rivera, Alex Tomasic, and Elijah Woods. I'm sorry. Okay, congratulations, third-year juniors.
Okay, last but not least, the class of 2013, seniors. First year award, seniors, Brianna Banner, Michael Budarak. Lanice Finn. Cassandra Frank. Leanne Gonzalez. Kayla Lurie. Carlos Maldonado. Letitia Maida. Shabasia Matthews. Megan Meyer. Zachary Miller. Asia Rhymes. Alyssa Rivera. Julia Rosenberg. Kristen Stasek. Kyle Stumphauser. Zachary Truman. Angelica Washington. And Ania Yarber. Congratulations, first-year seniors. Second-year award seniors, Connor Anderson, Jordan Antis, Alicia Austin, Nicholas Billingsley, Catherine Brittbeck, Armando Daniels, Jocelyn Fields, Caitlin Gonzalez, Angela Holder, Tyler Norris, Lauren Partlow, Alvin Taylor, Mark Washington, Jackie Watkins, and Tamara Wilson. Congratulations, second-year seniors. And now for the third-year award-winning seniors. Raven Bastock, Blake Benyard, Alexis Castro, Taylor Coffin, Haley Dalton. Julia Fide. Hannah Ford. Holly Galloway. Jesse Hapka. Amanda Hallisey. Ariana Johnson. Marina Sue Marty. Jimmy Ray Morgan. Amaryllis Ortero. Desiree Thompson. Victoria Tokarczyk. Aviana Marie Velez. Congratulations to these third-year award winners.
Again, congratulations to all students being recognized tonight. And for our closing remarks, I'd like to introduce Ms. Taylor Cawthon, a graduating senior. Come on up, Taylor.
Here we are, wrapping up yet again another excellent school year. With only a few short weeks left, now is not only the time to look back and reminisce on our accomplishments thus far, but also to embark on the journey that lies ahead of us. This is my fourth and final academic banquet, and if there's one thing that I realized, it's that tonight reminds us as students why we set the bar so high for ourselves. For some students, the motivation to achieve academic greatness comes from within. For others, it is a strong support system of our families pushing us to thrive in greatness. But regardless of the reasoning why we try so hard in school, tonight indicates that it's working. All of the time spent studying on subjects we may not enjoy, the late-night research papers and the deadlines we meet so swiftly, all may seem like pests now, but the way we tackle our workload will only better prepare us for our future. This evening, the room is filled with driven individuals, all our own aspirations in life looking for the road to success. The academic triumphs we are celebrating are just the tip of the iceberg. We are about to encounter a new chapter in our lives, and for some, we will be entering adulthood by going off on our own next fall. For others, you will be making major decisions about college and what you really want to do with the rest of your life, or even preparing for the next level of your high school career. Embrace the change that lies ahead, but keep in mind the platform of academic accomplishments we have created for ourselves. Excelling in academics is the first major step towards creating a successful environment in our lives. With a strong work ethic, determination, and good character, anything we set our mind to is possible. It's easy to understand that nothing is given to you in life and that we create our own fate. With those lessons learned, we can all move into our futures with high expectations for much success. I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight's academic banquet, and good luck to you all on continuing your educational career. Thank you.
And before we depart tonight, if you look underneath your chair, if there's a pink sticker, you win the centerpiece to take home with you this evening. Thanks again for coming. Have a good night.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.